Hey, good morning, everyone. Welcome to this edition of On the Links Live. We hope your Sunday is off to a pretty good start. A bit of an overcast start to the day. Not so much sunshine today, but looks like a good day if you're heading out onto the links. And as we start the show, we want to mention that Karl will be celebrating his birthday with us hopefully today. Yesterday officially was his birthday. So when Karl gets on the show, make sure you drop him a comment in the comment section here of our show and wish Karl a very happy 78th birthday. No, I'm just kidding. We'll double check. He's just checking in with us now. Perhaps he had a late night last night with his birthday celebration. It's hard to say, but Kawartha Karl is right there. Good morning, Karl, and happy birthday, pal.
Thanks, buddy. How you doing? Happy birthday to me. Yes, that's true. Had a late night. A little bit of music.
Yeah, good. Excellent.
It's good.
That's awesome stuff. All right. Well, all the very best. Like nowadays, it's weekend celebrations. It's not one day. It's like a birthday weekend, birthday week, really, Karl. So you got lots to celebrate over the next week. So good on you. All right, buddy. You got your Matt Mays t-shirt on. You're always rocking a bit of a musical sort of themed t-shirt. Matt Mays, one of the best.
My Jim Cuddy hat.
And your Jim Cuddy hat there. I like it. Listen.
I'm gonna go see Matt today.
Today?
Yeah, I'm gonna travel down to Kingston and be a roadie for Melissa Payne.
Okay.
So
she's opening for him or playing with him?
She's playing with Matt. She's playing with Matt today. They played the amphitheater in Toronto last night. So, and then I saw Melissa and all our Peterborough kids out at Rolling Grape Winery this past Tuesday, Pete. And that was a great show. Have you seen that venue out there yet on Rice Lake Road on number 2?
Rolling Grape, yeah. I just had their hat on yesterday, Rolling Grape, actually. What a night that would have been for you to kind of see a lot of, young musicians. I mean, they're all playing with Greg Keeler, but they had Melissa Payne, James McKenty, Jimmy Boskill. I think Travis Good was on stage with them as well. Yeah. All people that in a roundabout way you're all connected to, and some of those people you connected with each other. That must have been a neat show for you.
Yeah, it's funny you say that. I had that moment when they were all out on stage playing together. Greg's done a lot of work with Peterborough musicians the last half dozen years, recording on different records and having a lot of these Peterborough Port Hope folks playing on his records. So, yeah, I had a moment there looking on the stage and seeing them all and my connection to them, and made for a really great night. Yeah, it was fantastic.
Not a lot of musicians that are as, accomplished as a Greg Keeler would go out of their way to spend as much time and mentor so many young individuals. So some guys have their own thing. They go into the bush and they don't care if they ever play with anyone again. But he just continues to just, work and inspire these young people. It's incredible, really. So that was kind of cool.
Yeah, no, he's amazing. And I've said to you before, though, it's a Canadian music thing, Pete.
Right.
The support for each other. It's like, I mean, Greg is a great example of it, but Jim Cuddy's the very same. And and then on their own levels, McKenty, and he's been doing it 20 some odd years now. Melissa, is getting in up over 10 years of doing it. But they all turn around and do it for the up and coming musicians. So I've always loved that. And I'll give you a little heads up, just in that regard. I'm working on a little tribute video to the Hawk.
Right.
And it's a karaoke sing-along to Who Do You Love? And it's for a charity, the McEwen Heart Foundation, that Glenn Stonehouse is involved with. They're members at a wildfire. And so Glenn's paying for all the video and the technical. But, I sent a little letter out to anybody, some musician friends who'd like to be involved. And of course, I heard back from every single one of them, including all the members of Blue Rodeo.
Wow.
And so, we're working on that right now. So maybe we'll debut it here if it's ready for next week. That'd be
really cool. That'd be awesome. Yeah. All right. Very cool. So some music news off the top of the show here today. Let's get to some golf stuff here as well. your buddy Corey Connors, who you interviewed out at Wildfire a couple of years ago, shoots his lowest career round, a nice 62 yesterday. But he's going to have to wait a day, Karl, to try and follow that up because they're taking a day off because of the hurricane.
Yeah, well, Corey obviously had a great round, made a big move. He had been way back. I mean, that 62 still hasn't tied for like 16th or 17th. I'll have to double check that. But yeah, 62, but only to be outdone later in the day by Cameron Smith, who shot. So the course record, just so you know, changed, was broken 5 times in 2 days.
Yeah.
at the PGA is at the Liberty.
Oh, we dropped Karl's feed. He'll get back on here and continue, but it is the Dion Jamini leaderboard here, ladies and gentlemen. Award-winning realtor. Give Dion a call, 705-868-9759. And he always brings us the leaderboard because he's always on the leaderboard himself when it comes to the top salespeople at Century 21. So, Corey Connors with a fantastic round, 62, but it was like the second or third lowest round of the day. There was that 60 that Karl was talking about, and he needed the guy needed a 12-foot putt, I believe, Karl. How do we get you on here? Oh, you are on for the 59, which is a pretty small club, but he just missed.
Yeah, no, amazing. But again, the boys are shooting lights out. I mean, he like you say, he missed on the 9th to join the big 59 club, but he shot. He had 13 opportunities at birdie during his round. 13 out of 18 holes he was shooting for birdie. So it's really turning into a shootout. It is the first round of the FedEx playoffs.
Yeah.
Dustin Johnson won this tournament last year, and then of course went on to win the FedEx Cup and the world #1. That golf course is a stunner, eh? When you see the shots with New York in behind, it is really beautiful.
Yeah, I was down in that area a couple summers ago. There's just so many great. I didn't get to play golf down there, but I mean, it's got great golf down there, and the backdrops are fantastic. So, yeah,
amazing. So we mentioned, so today John Rahm, Cameron Smith are going to shoot it out. Rahm's playing fantastic as well, but it'll be interesting if anybody, like you say, with this. Oh, I'm sorry. So of course the final round won't go today.
Yeah, they got the day off though. Yeah.
So they're going to try and go tomorrow, and if they don't go tomorrow, they'll call Rahm and Cameron. They can't declare them both winners. They will have to have a playoff, which will more than likely happen early in this week, but because it's the FedEx, so it'll be a 2-man playoff. So that's the whole thing is pretty neat. Justin Thomas, Tony Finau, both 2 back. We haven't seen Tony Finau in a while, so that's a good one. And so that's where we're at. And the ladies, Pete, the LPGA, the AIG Women's Open, Anna Norquist and Lizette Salas tied at -9, and Brooke is only 2 back at -7. So if she has a good day today, she'll add another one to the trophy case.
Yeah, she's, what is she still? What, 22? How old is she now? It's crazy.
It's unbelievable. I think 23. What a start, eh? What a start to her career.
It's amazing. All right, so there's your leaderboard brought to you by Dion Jamidi. We should recap last week. What a crazy finish last week. Did you see that six-person playoff, including Canadian Roger Sloan, who would have been nice to see him get the win, but the fact that he got that was a big payday for him. That got him in. That was a big deal for him. But fun stuff, though. I love the fact they sent all 6 out at once, to be honest with you.
Me too. Yeah, I wasn't sure they were going to do that, but I think for television, that's what you want. And even at a local tournament, I think I remember a playoff in one of the men's events where same thing. I think it was 4 or 5 guys, and they all went at the same time. But when the pros, it must be just like being back, playing a club championship or something.
The horse races after the big shotguns out at Pinecrest. I remember playing in one of those. You may have been in it. So for anyone that doesn't know, you go out, everyone puts $10 in or whatever the case may be. And, the high score is out and, you move on. Right. we got to about the seventh hole, and someone had birdied. So which means that guy would have won the pot. So my putt, and it was about a 20-footer, and it was a bit of a slider. So on the seventh green, seven. The seventh green, which is can be, and I slid it in, and all of a sudden I was everyone's hero. I was, because that moved everyone on to the next hole. Otherwise, you
sawed him off.
I saw it off the guy with his birdie. So anyway, those are fun.
Yeah, we don't get away with that as much as we used to out there, but we had some memorable ones for sure. And it's really funny to see guys. It's always late in the day. There's nobody on the course, but you see 20 guys coming down the fairway on carts. All playing. They were really fun actually.
All right, so that wraps up a little bit about what's been going on there. We got lots to show you here today, Karl. I'll fire a few things at you, including this young lady. And her name is Samantha Coleman. She is 37 years old, and she now has 2 more hole-in-ones than I do, 1 more than you do, because she got 2 already this year, her first full year of sort of golfing, apparently. So
wow.
She pulled the trick both times at Lift Lock. She's a member there, and she works as a nurse at the Springdale Country Manor. So she's had a couple tough months for sure. The last year and a half has been tough on frontline workers. So to see that smile and see that she's got 2 hole-in-ones is pretty incredible, really. It's amazing.
Well, and Pete, it's super incredible and super rare. And yet I need to tell you, I started to tell you a couple of weeks ago, I got a call from a friend of the show, Jeff Jones, Jonesy, who works the Examiner. So his father-in-law, and I apologize because I believe his first name is Steve, but Katunen. And they lived out beside Wildfire. They were the 4th and 5th members to join Wildfire.
Okay.
And so they sold their cottage and they moved down Warkworth Way. And Steve joined, one of my favorite courses, Warkworth Golf and Country Club. And they have some lovely par 3s, Pete. I talk about it all the time. Those elevated tees down into a valley. And Steve did accomplished the same feat 2 weeks ago. He had a hole-in-one on the par 3 number 4. And the following week, had a hole-in-one on the 14th, both elevated tees down and both hard, hard greens. So An amazing feat. And Steve's a senior golfer. I don't know his exact age, but what a feat! And to have it pulled off twice in the area is crazy.
Yeah,
that's buy a lottery ticket, eh?
Yeah. And there's still time to get a 3rd this season, right? Still lots of great golf ahead. I mean, we hope to play well into October this year for sure. So, good for him too. That's amazing. Locally here, a couple shout-outs, Karl. I wanted to get in here. First of all, caught up, got a round in this past week at Kawartha, which was nice. And there's the legend himself, Carm Collins in the middle with Jay Rowan.
Love it. I'm a big
Carmy. Yeah. What a guy. I'm
a big Carm fan.
Carm was out playing with his grandkids, which was really cool to see. They're members there, so he was their guest. And Jay's actually his godson. I did not know that, but Jay Rowan from Sandbagger fame, Carmy's his godfather. And, of course, a cousin of mine as well. So,
you know what? I think I actually knew that. I mean, Carm and Bill were pretty inseparable during the 70s.
Yes.
And Peter, are you old enough to remember Carm playing? I guess not, eh? Did you see him play for the Lakers?
No, I just sort of missed. I started going kind of the Lakers games just after I think Carm hung them up. I don't think Carm really ever played after Philly, after he went down to Philly with
I don't think he did.
In 70s. And when he came back, Carm wasn't on that 78 Man Cup Red Oaks team. First of all, they were only allowed so many pro players on that team. The CLA said, you can only have so many pro players on your team. And therefore, and they still won it anyhow. But I know I don't, but I've certainly seen the videos. I've seen some of those films from back in the
he was
the
a good
70s.
one. He was a tough one.
I wouldn't have wanted to play against him, but his brother Mikey, of course, my mom will always say that Mike actually was just as good. Mikey Collins, a classic. But that was a great photo. How about this one here? This was the same day, Karl. That's Steve Stanley on number 18 at Kawartha, and Steve is Steve would be 56 now, I believe, maybe 57. And man, he hits it like he's 21 still, and he's playing in the Ontario Senior Championships coming up, and also the Canadian Senior Championships coming up. So we wish Steve all the very best. September is like a unbelievable busy month for him, but we wish him all the very best. So I had a chance to play with Steve, and I was the guest of this gentleman right here. It's hard to tell. That could be anybody, I guess. That's Rob Elliott, the president of Kawartha right now. And they've had a couple busy years with the land sale with Aon and the new holes, and I got a peek at those. But Rob had a nice game on Monday. He played real well. So
the course looks spectacular.
Oh yeah, I mean, always in great shape. I fired a smooth 99, I believe, Karl.
Yeah, I didn't have it going this week either, Pete. It's funny, as we all know, it comes and goes, and but anyways, having a good year in general. But it's nice to see you find the time to get out and play a little bit.
Again, Kawartha, man, and maybe I've talked myself into this, but you take away the par threes, and I probably would have shot 90, like 9 strokes better. Yeah. I was even the little number 8, the little one. Yeah. I hit it into the right trap. Now their sand is different. I wasn't a fan of the. You know how that's the one thing from course to course that can really throw you off is the sand.
Sure.
You're supposed to stay out of it, first of all. So if you're in it, then you know what I'm saying. But if you're not used to the sand, and I went from one bunker to the other bunker, it's a very narrow green, and then back to the other bunker. Yeah, I was horrible on every one of the par threes. I was all over the map. Par fours and fives, I was fine. I hit the ball well, but couldn't chip. But that's my problem. I should have warmed up a bit in their sand.
Well, and buddy, when you're not playing, the chipping is where we give stroke back. If you don't practice that and have a chance to practice your chipping around the green, it will cost you big strokes. So unfortunately, you are a busy guy and a family guy, so it's hard to get out and find the time for practice. But
it was a good day, though.
I was gonna say it's all about having fun, and you sneak away with the odd birdie, and you come back.
Couple sandbaggers.
Couple of sandbaggers, yeah. We've turned into the. We promote a lot of alcohol on this show. I've noticed this year. With the sandbaggers.
Speaking of which, let's just a quick time. Yeah, sorry. I'm just I'm getting a bit of a weak feed on my end here. I don't think it's on your end.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I'm good.
I'm just gonna try and throw a commercial on here, and we'll try and reboot a bit, and we'll be right back. All right, we're a little better here. We got a little better signal strength here.
You're in your new backyard.
Yeah, it's still being there's still renovations going on here. There's actually work being done as we speak, but it's got the fence up yesterday. It's coming.
Fantastic. So you're another one of
the, doing a great job.
You're another one of the thousands and thousands of Canadians who have taken to their home project during this year of COVID. So many people, but that's awesome, and it's nice. You'll use it more.
We'll use it more.
Is there a putting green?
There's going to be. Yeah, it's yeah. I'll show you that. It's going to be up there.
Awesome.
Actually, hang on. I could probably show you a bit here.
Yeah, come on, give us the tour. Wow.
That's not it. That's another putting green. No. I'll tell you about that in a sec. But let's see here. Yeah, so there it'll go up there. There it is.
Yeah. Oh, beautiful.
That's going to be a putting green up. See where those chairs are?
Yeah, that's going to be a game changer, Pete.
My short game will be fantastic, man.
Mm-hmm.
But I really want to give a shout out to the Hope Brothers Construction. They've worked hard, and hasn't been the easiest summer to do some work because of the weather and stuff. But the last couple of weeks has been great.
Yeah, especially last week. I mean, it was hot. I played Friday and Saturday, and those days, I was always reminded, don't wait until you're tired and dehydrated. You got to just keep pumping the water even when you don't feel like it. And I did that over Friday and Saturday, and it works. If you stay hydrated, it's not so bad. I like the hot weather, so
you got to start right in the morning with chugging the water. So back to this putting green. So I was out to Buckhorn on Friday, and this is at the Boathouse Boutique. It's a brand new shop there in Buckhorn that Angela Jones started up. Angela's the one that decorates a lot of those dream homes at the lottery homes that they give away. Mm-hmm. And so she does great work. So this is her backyard. It's part of the boutique. So if you go out there for a coffee or a snack or whatever the case may be, you can go in the back and just hang out there and chip and putt if you want. Or it's pretty cool. Eh? So she did all that herself. It was kind of a great project for her.
Does she have a company name or just Angela Jones? And
she goes by Lakeshore Designs.
Oh, okay.
Lakeshore Designs, and then the name of the coffee shop is the Bikini Beans Cafe, and and then there's a boutique there as well. So right there, right across from Main Street, right across from the where Main Street Landing Bar is, and then the water's right there, Lock 31. If anyone's out and about today, and stop in and. Chip and putt, it's a beautiful thing there. A couple other quick things, Karl, before we move on. What else have we got? Let's shift gears a little bit here. Talk about this guy right here, Mitchell Stevens of the Tampa Bay Lightning is going to take, we think, Karl, for the very first time, the Stanley Cup down the left lock. We don't think it's ever been done, and it's going to happen this Wednesday at 5:30.
Yeah, I bet it never has been done. I know it's been on Stony Lake, but you say you're going to take it right in the lift locks. Yeah,
we're going to go down 5:30 Wednesday. The guys from Otter Gas out at Curve Lake are going to provide the boats, and Mitch is going to bring the cup down, a boat parade along the canal through Lock 20 into Little Lake, around the fountain, and then over to Del Curry Park.
That's going to be awesome, and I'm sure people are going to come out for that.
Well, we hope so. We really encourage people to line up, park at the visiting center there by the lift lock. Come on down. You can park on the other side. Please don't park in the lift lock Golfland parking lot. They'll have a men's night or something going on that night, so don't park in there. But safely park along the canal, and then head on to Curry Park later if you want. But there wasn't really going to be much done, and we thought, you know what, let's Mitch has won it 2 years in a row now. We should do something. We thought we'd do something neat. So I talked to Curtis from PTBO Canada, and then we got Chad Buckner on the line, who's the head of the Trent Severn and Parks Canada. He's the man in charge. I don't know if you know Bucky or not, but Bucky was like, let's do this. So we're gonna do it just like that. It all happened in an hour, and Mitch said, let's go. Let's green light this. I love that idea. So it's happening.
Well, it's not only great for the fans and the people of Peterborough, but it's fun for the player. To get to show it off, and it's so awesome. Now, do you have? I'm sure you do, but you have a picture with the Stanley Cup, I assume.
I got a couple. One was
I got Gainey in the lobby of the Memorial Center when he brought it there a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. I have one from that day. I have one, of course, from Kingston when Kurt Muller, they had the party at the bar I worked at. So I have a great picture of that night with Dan Aykroyd and a whole bunch of Kingston celebs. And then I do have a long lost picture from a bar in Edmonton.
Really? That'd be cool with the Oilers.
I'm kind of trying to remember who brought it in that night. That's so long ago. It was in the 80s. But they toured around Edmonton. You could be a bar 6 months later and somebody threw up with the Stanley Cup. I think those young guys were the first guys to do that. To be honest with you, I think if you went back and looked, as far as people traveling around with the cup, that wasn't a thing, in the 60s, 70s. And if you check, I think you'll find the 80s, that
I think you're right.
They're all 20-year-olds. And oh my Lord, like I say, it didn't matter where you were, and it'd be like, oh, there's the Stanley Cup at the mall. There's the Stanley Cup at a bar. But it's pretty neat to get your picture. It's always special to get your picture taken with it.
Well, I think you're right, because we got talking about that. And, Bob Gainey, of course, as you mentioned, won it so many times, right? But I don't remember him really, Bob lived a block away from the lift lock and had, but I don't think they had a chance to bring it home back then and just tour around with it.
Well, I know the summer that he had his first summer, he had his home on Stony Lake. I was away, so I wasn't there, but they had the cup out to Stony Lake. And I know Jack Scriber and some of those guys got their hand on it.
But that's when he won it with Dallas, right? That's when he won it as GM or like. So I'm saying back in the 70s when he was winning it.
They
didn't have. I don't think so. So that's why we think this is a first as far as the cup coming down the lift lock.
Oh, guaranteed.
It would be cool to have Bob on one of the boats that night. That would be kind of cool, don't you think?
Yeah, we'll try and pass that on. That'd be good. Yeah, that's Wednesday. When?
5:30.
5:30 Wednesday. Yeah. Well, let's look into that. I should mention that I met and Matt Jones, Pete's goalie.
Hunter?
Am I right?
Hunter Jones.
Sorry.
Yep.
Yeah, Hunter Jones. He played with we have a couple of foursomes Friday and Saturday, and I think he came with Vic Tanner.
Yeah.
And Julia, of course, they're billets. But I hadn't met Hunter before. He is a tall glass of water, that lad. And he's filling out, and he's got a great swing. I think a young guy, wants to hit everything 1,000 miles, but he's got a great looking swing, and when he hits it, look out. So, and he's into it. He's going to be a golfer, Hunter, for sure.
Oh well, everything he does, Karl, is good. Like he's like, he's a great goaltender. He plays guitar. He sings. I have seen his golf swing. I haven't played with him, but I've seen him hit balls or whatever. Like, just just pretty much everything he does. I think he's going to be successful at, and a 2-time winner of the Gary Dalliday Community Award as well.
Amazing. I wish I'd have known that. We weren't in the same group, so we didn't get to talk. That's too bad. I would have got a chance to talk some music with him and guitar. But I know one of the guys told him that I used to do the broadcast with you and your dad, so that's cool.
Yeah, a cool connection.
And he's going to Minnesota.
Yeah. He's he played last year in Iowa, I think, for their farm club for the most part. And it won't be long. He'll be up there.
I don't know if you've seen him lately, but I suspect that how a lot of those kids come home from those first pro camps.
Yeah,
he looks buffed. He's a big boy for sure. So
future. I think he's a future NHL starter. Absolutely, 100%.
I did tell him when he told me he was going to Minnesota. I told him that I actually traveled there on business one time and went to a game that Zach was playing net, Zach Burke, Peterborough boy.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And so I'd been to that rink. It's downtown St. Paul, and I got to see Zach after the game for a little bit and had a visit.
I forgot Burke made a stop in Minnesota. He was with them briefly, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Another quick note to get in, our buddy Rob Leth, who's now doing great work with the Mackenzie Tour.
Yeah.
I saw him tweet or send this on Facebook this morning. The stop is at TPC Toronto at Osprey Valley. So they'll get the final round of that in. But he's doing some amazing media work now with the Mackenzie Tour. And that's, future PGA Tour players right there. That's the tour that the likes. I think John Rahm played on that tour, to be honest with you.
I believe he did too. I know Finau did.
Or Finau. I think I was thinking of Finau. Yeah.
And
Corey Connors, Mackenzie Hughes. That's where they cut their teeth, man. That's
why we've got a half a dozen Canadians on the tour now. Or I shouldn't say half a dozen, but we have 4 or 5 solid players all coming off that Mackenzie tour. So,
do you think it'll
pretty
ever
impressive.
come back to Wildfire? What's the scoop on that? I'd like to see that return one day.
I can't speak for them, but I can say that, I remember asking Glenn about that, and I know that it's taxing. Can be taxing on the club, on the volunteers. So I guess never say never, but
maybe 5 years from now, it'd be nice to get it back. Maybe, take a few years off, which they have, and maybe down the road, it'd be nice to get it back. Yeah.
Yeah, it would. I mean, we did have the challenge of getting people out there because of where it is, from town. So that was an issue, as far as getting people out, spectators. But they enjoyed the course, I can tell you that. You and I both know that from being out there.
Well, I think the players enjoyed just the atmosphere of cottage country and just it was a different it was a nice change of scenery for them. Want to congratulate Jeff Ralph, who put this tournament on Thursday to raise some money for a great cause, and that is the Peterborough Junior Lakers, who, without the Junior Lakers, there really probably would be no Senior Lakers, right? So he put on a great show there. John Grant Jr. made his way back, first time back in Canada, I think, in Peterborough for a while, awesome. And he played with Tracy Koluski and some other guys, and they had a great day out there at the quarry. So very nice. All right, buddy. Well, listen, do you have anything else before we wrap it up?
No, that's all good, Pete.
No?
Great day.
All
I
right.
hope you're able to get out and play some golf this week.
Well, I'm playing on this day. I can tell you that.
Oh, good. Where are you going?
Thursday, September the 2nd is the Crime Stoppers tournament out at the quarry, sponsored in part by TransCanada and Nissan. You got the Crime Stoppers hat, yeah.
Yeah, I normally drive some people out to that tournament so they don't have to drive home, and I got a Crime Stoppers hat out of it, so I always keep that in my car for when I'm driving.
Sure. It never hurts. It never hurts. You put that on after getting pulled over, and it's like,
yeah.
Can I see your license? Yes. Yeah. Hang on, officer. How you doing?
Hold on,
you're a supporter of Crime Stoppers, are you? Well, happy birthday, Kawartha, Karl.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, enjoy the rest of your weekend. What are your plans today?
Like I say, I'm gonna head down with Melissa. I'm gonna drive her down to the show.
Going to Kingston.
Outdoor show in Kingston. Hopefully the weather will hold. And so that's, and then a little golf next week with any luck.
Can you stop at Ferdella's Bakery for me on your way home? Grab me some apple fritters.
Hi, Diane Nurse. Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, thank you so much.
I see Diane Nurse, and somebody else wished me a happy birthday there earlier, Pete. I missed it, but
Jonesy did. I can put that back up. Yeah, hang on a sec. Johnny Jones.
Yeah, okay, thanks, John. Yeah,
Johnny's a good lad. He made his debut. He never played baseball before, and started Thursday night with the Peterborough Challenger baseball team, and had a great game. So, yeah. And then Pete Kaiser says, "You're one day closer to retirement, Karl."
That's funny coming from him.
Yeah,
I got a nice birthday wish from Kaiser yesterday. So, thanks, Pete.
All right, Pete Kaiser.
We're gonna have to get. You want to come? I'm gonna line up a game with Pete Kaiser from Kaiser Financial. What street is that, Pete?
Well, he's on McFarland. Yeah,
McFarland.
Yeah.
So I owe him a golf game. So maybe
you guys go at it. I'll be good. I don't know if I can handle both of you for 4 hours or not. All right, see you, Karl. Cheers.
Keep rocking.
Thanks for watching, everyone.